What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and we know what the score is in terms of comic books, right? The Marvel and DC universe, including actually the IDW we just talked about a few days ago. This is where a lot of the kind of woke nonsense goes to live and, of course, die. We saw IDW Comics, which was in charge of G.I. Joe, introducing a healthy at all sizes, super diverse G.I. Joe crew, failing, losing that license. We saw them lose the Star Wars license, as well as others. Why? Because they churn out books that nobody wants. We saw, Marvel, suddenly making characters overpowered. Female Miss Marvel getting Spider-Man's abilities, and suddenly Captain Marvel's the most powerful thing ever. It's lazy. It's self-inserted. It's worthless, not worth the paper it's printed on. And back in November, there was a big announcement. We talk about this all the time, like these woke companies, they do a lot of stuff for likes and retweets, right? They got an article in the New York Times. Superman comes out as gay as DC Comics ushers in a new Man of Steel. The new Superman, the son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane, is concerned about the environment, does not shy away from politics, and will soon be in a romantic relationship with a male friend. Yes! Why hasn't this been happening? Why have I had to live with a boring, straight white male Superman? Also, it's, part of the reason why I think they refuse to make more Superman movies, but that's neither here nor there. Unrelated note. Up, and out of the closet. The new Superman, Jonathan Kent, who is the son of Clark Kent. So in this particular case, they're not like bending an existing character, okay? The funny thing to me is, look, again, nothing wrong with this character existing. There probably is a market for it. But let's not pretend that the whole world was just waiting on bated breath for this. The two-guy relationship is just one way that Jonathan Kent, who goes by John, is proving to be a different Superman than his famous father. Since the new series Superman, Son of Kal-El, began in July, John has combated wildfires, cool, caused by climate change, cringe, thwarted a high school terrible event, okay, and protested the deportation of refugees in Metropolis. Well, I suppose Superman is a refugee. The idea of replacing Clark Kent with another straight white savior felt like a missed opportunity. Again, they are telling you what they're doing, right? Why don't you just create a different, more diverse character? You said you're replacing Clark Kent. I didn't say that. You said it. And all you cared about was the fact that he was straight and white. And that was an inherent problem. Tom Taylor. How much you want to bet Tom Taylor has pronouns in their bio on Twitter and has me pre-blocked? I've never engaged with them. The coming out of Superman, perhaps the most archetypal American superhero. This is on purpose, by the way. What is this? What is the most important role model for young white boys out there in comics? Let's destroy him. Maybe not, but you could see why people might think that, right? When I was young, I didn't care for Superman. I liked Wolverine. Probably after Wolverine, Gambit. And probably after Gambit, Batman. And after Batman, maybe Superman. I was never really a Superman kid. Didn't dislike him. He just was like lower on my list. Tim Drake, a later replacement. There are multiple Robins, just as there are multiple Supermen. And a new Aquaman comic book stars a gay black man who is positioned to become the title hero. Yes, finally. Finally. I'm sure it sold amazingly, right? New December comic book sales release data appears to show readers reject DC Comics' woke change to Superman. What? What? So many bigots out there. Buy the book, bigot. The latest data set featuring comic book sales from December appears to show that readers are rejecting DC's woke changes to Superman. If you haven't been paying attention to all the woke changes DC Comics have made to Superman, there have been a ton. First, they replaced Clark Kent with his son Jonathan Kent as Superman and made him attracted to dudes. In December, DC Comics confirmed that just like his father before him, John Kent has fallen for a reporter. After initially striking up a friendship, because no two men or two women can be friends in modern day comics, they must definitely be screwing. After initially striking a relationship, he and John became romantically involved on the pages of Superman, son of Kal-El. Who doesn't want more? By the way, romance in Superman sucks. I want to see Superman save the world. I don't want to see Superman kissing anybody. Okay? Now, I'm not going to pretend like there isn't like this relationship subplot, with Lois, right? I get that. But I'm not the only one that reads books. Prove me wrong by literally ever outselling the original with woke garbage. Ever. Do it once. Quickly following that at DC Fandom, DC Comics publisher Jim Lee announced that Superman's iconic motto, Truth, Justice, and the American Way, would just be changed to Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow. Because you can't have that. Can't have anything inherently good and American in the same sentence. Lee explained that the changes would better reflect the global storylines that we're telling across DC to honor the character's incredible legacy of over 80 years building the world. They sell a lot of Superman comics in Zimbabwe. The DC Comics writer Tom Taylor revealed that the new gay Superman is also a climate activist. Taylor shared the cover of Superman, son of Kal-El 7, that shows Kent holding up a sign that reads, "School strike for climate." In an interview with IGN, Taylor elaborated, "The question for John and our creative team is, what should the new Superman fight for today? Can a 17-year-old Superman battle giant robots while ignoring the climate crisis? Of course not." Literally, what? These people never read comic books. I'm telling you. There is a 0% chance these kids grew up reading comic books. And they also don't understand a dang thing about people that buy comic books today, which are mostly older millennials and boomers. Sorry, you're not going to get the TikTok generation to care about your stupid comic book, okay? The comic book industry stopped growing a million years ago, and all that you have is the fans that you had left. And now you bring in these new writers to actively destroy things that they loved. Can't have a different character that likes men and wants to fight climate change. Gotta be Superman. Why? 'Cause reasons. Now, again, it is not Clark Kent. They are not bending him, so to speak. With all these woke changes happening back to back, DC Comics put out a press release claiming they had unprecedented orders for Superman. The company wrote, following the news of the upcoming reveal that John Kent coming out, the global fan excitement has led to more orders. Yeah, you sell a lot of books in China. You sell a lot of books about the LGBT Superman in China, Egypt, any Muslim country, Africa. I'm just curious. Where did all these unprecedented sales come from globally? Because, you dropped the American way. Previous estimates for the book sales showed it was in the gutter, with Comic-Con claiming the first book of Superman, Son of Kal-El, sold just 68,000 issues. By the way, not a bad number, but wait. Back in July when it was first debuted, that was good for 17th best selling comic book that month. The most recent data compiled by Comic-Con reveals that the book's third issue only sold 34,000 copies in September. That was good for 77th best selling comic book of the month. That 68,000 number for the first issue is even worse when you compare to previous Superman #1 issues, When the series was rebooted, when Brian Michael Bendis took over the title back in 2018, it sold 133,700 copies, more than double. In June 2016, when DC relaunched their entire line with DC Rebirth, Superman Rebirth 1 sold 118,000 copies, and Superman 1 sold 105,000 copies. When DC rebooted their entire universe with the New 52, and back in 2011, Superman 1 sold 118,000 copies. Sales tracking website ICV2 explains that their data set is unit and dollar sales rankings based on sales tracked at point of sale. So who are these people that were unprecedentedly ordering it? Like, at least don't lie to us. When you make books for a tiny fringe of people, that's the only audience you'll have. The idea of having characters in the DC universe have various issues with laws on the books and to want to use their superpowers to force change is not new. Look at Poison Ivy, plenty of other villains. The difference is they didn't used to see these characters as heroes. What a shocker. How could this be? Who could have predicted this failure was coming? I'm totally baffled by the news. I cannot comprehend what went wrong. Just some of the comments. But hey, yeah, keep printing the books. Didn't the two of your top people at DC Comics flee the company in the last couple of weeks? I'm sure this has nothing to do with it. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.